Today, we're going to be looking at UK food prices. We're going to look at some of the prices going on in our supermarkets right now because I think inflation has really hit the food prices really high. I mean, you go to the local supermarket, you're struggling to feed one person on £50 a week. That's how much the food prices have increased in the last few years. And one way you could have avoided it maybe in the past was maybe shopping at some more budget supermarkets. So maybe instead of going to Sainsbury's and Tesco, you go to Lidl and Aldi. But even Lidl and Aldi now, their prices are increasing a lot and the quality you get there is just not great. You guys let me know where you shop and whether food prices have been increasing where you live too. I'm assuming they are. I mean, inflation is hitting pretty much the whole world. So without further ado, let's look at some of these crazy food prices in the UK.
Tesco inflation since May last year. Heinz soup was 95p, now it's £1.70, it's up 78.9%. Tesco turkey dog food was £3.50, now it's £5.75, and it's up 64.3%. Milk chocolate was £1.43, now it's £2.30, up 60.8%. Olive oil was £5.78, now it's £8.95, up 54.8%. Salad cream was £1.15, now it's £1.70, up 47.8%. Lamb mince was £3.80, now it's £5.50, up 44.7%.
I mean, just look at the price increase there at Tesco, and that's not even branded items. Like, personally, what I've noticed is branded items like what you showed, Heinz, stuff like that, Cadbury's, that increases a lot more than maybe their own brand items. Maybe because supermarkets are willing to maybe take a little bit of a hit to sell more of their own stuff, hoping people maybe switch to their own brand stuff. But really and truly, some of the inflation on that is insane, by the way, insane. Like, look at the price difference. In some cases going up 60-70%. And that's only in 1 year as well. So it is crazy.
A lot of people saying you can't leave Tesco and Asda out. And I've seen the Tesco one and I've seen the Asda one. And I can't get my head around. We're being ripped off. There's no other way about it. The reason I did the Aldi one was just the figures, the 100%, the 90%. But Tesco's not that far off it. If you don't have a club car, Tesco for me could be very expensive. There's no...
I mean, every supermarket is very expensive these days. It's not just Tesco. 5 years ago, if you went to M&S and Waitrose, those were considered upmarket supermarkets. They're the best quality, even though they're probably not, but they're the ones marketed to people with money. They're meant to be the best quality food, right? And you pay for that experience, you pay for that quality, allegedly, right? And then you had Sainsbury's, Asda, and Tesco, who were meant to be your regular supermarkets, and then Aldi and Lidl were making a sort of, maybe Farm Foods, Iceland, some of these lower market ones were making a bit of a resurgence, but they were seen as much cheaper alternatives. Nowadays, I feel like people have to shop at Aldi and Lidl just to survive, and Sainsbury's, Tesco, as the sort of legacy supermarkets, if you will, their prices are just going up and up and up. And most supermarkets have introduced their loyalty card thing, whether it's Nectar, which has been around a while, Club Card, as they also have like a rewards card now, I think. Lidl have Lidl Plus, all of this stuff. They introduce all these things to give you a discount. The reality of the situation is the only discount they're giving you is back to regular price. Like, instead of charging you £5, which is way more than the product's worth, oh, it's £3.50 now. I feel like most people don't know a lot of these cards are just used to track your purchases and in the long term try and make you spend more, because they're trying to give you vouchers, they're trying to give you notifications if you have the app to buy more items and give you targeted offers and get your data. That's the whole point of a lot of these apps and a lot of these loyalty cards. Don't be fooled by the supermarkets.
No reasoning. There is no reasoning for these supermarkets to be putting products up 90 to 100% in 1 year. Things like...
I mean, it could just be price gouging. Reality is they just want to make more money. I mean, there is some products where you can understand it if there's a problem. I know like America had like avian flu or something, so their egg prices went through the roof or whatever it was. There was an olive oil problem. I can't remember exactly what it was, but olive oil prices skyrocketed in Europe for a while. So, and they're still very expensive here. So, there's certain things on certain products, but when it's all of the products going up, then I think there's something fishy with the supermarkets. I don't think that government should really do some investigations into what these supermarkets are doing, because I don't think they are raising their prices in line with inflation.
Salad cream. Why is that gotten so expensive? Why is that going up, the percentage it's going up? It's crazy. It's criminal. Everything's settling back down, so why are the prices not coming down? And I always say it, it's like, what is it, 139 now? 125 is the new 99p. You don't...
Correct. To answer why are they still doing it, well, I mean, they probably posted record profits during COVID, if not the years after COVID. They probably posted some record profits. So they're like, you know what, we can keep putting it and people have to buy it. It's not like you have an option to not to buy food. There's not a cheaper option in the supermarket, unfortunately. Like, once you get to shopping at Aldi and Lidl, you're pretty much at the lowest quality, lowest price you're going to get. After that, you can't exactly eat out for every meal because you're going to be spending more. There is no more of a discount food unless you go to a charity shop or like a food bank or something, which obviously doesn't have enough for everyone. So the reality of the situation is supermarkets do it because they can, and they know people have to pay for it, right? You know what I have noticed in Sainsbury's in particular, because that's the supermarket I go to the most, they have actually put some stuff back to 99p. They have increased a lot of, especially branded items a lot. Branded items in Sainsbury's are absolutely a rip-off, but some of their own brand stuff, they've decreased the prices. Like some of the dips, like guacamole salsa. They've put them, they used to be 125 or something. They've now permanently put them to 99p, I think. Whether it's price matching Aldi or just hoping to get some more sales on that, I think that's pretty good. Hopefully they put a few more things down just to help, but I do agree that 99p, especially when I was a kid, even like 5 years ago, was like the normal price. You could get like a Cadbury's regular bar for like £1, 99p. Haribo's were £1. You know, that was the price. Nowadays, you're not getting any of this stuff for less than 125. Maybe you get it on Nectar every so often. They give you £1 off or £1.10 on Nectar. Same with like Coca-Cola and stuff like that. It was a lot cheaper. Like you get a bottle for £1. Nowadays it's like £2. And they might run a promotion where it's like 2 for £3, 2 for £3.50. But that's about it really.
Some other like Iceland and some deals in there, like 2 litre bottles of lemonade for like 69p, I think it was. There's stuff to be had. But some people are just set in their ways, going to these supermarkets and just getting ripped off. But they need to. The question needs to be asked: why on earth are you raising products like that to them crazy percentages? For what reason?
I mean, I think it's obvious that the reason is to make money. But in terms of Iceland, I'm not going to lie. Iceland is very much a frozen food haven. I think that's their thing, right? They sell frozen food. And I've had something from there. I don't know what it is, how they get it cheaper, because sometimes it doesn't taste as good, the same product from Iceland. I don't know what it is. I don't shop at Iceland. I've always had bad experiences with some of the stuff there. But I do think that don't get ripped off. Do go for deals. It's about being frugal at the end of the day. Don't have brand loyalty to a supermarket that have no loyalty to you, really. Now we're going to take a look at some more crazy prices going on with the groceries in the UK. This guy spent £50 on a basket. Let's see if the products were reasonably priced or not.
Cost of living.
Nah, remember when these used to be $5.50 for the big ones?
No, I don't. But
Anyway,
this hurt my feelings when they up Mr. Kipling, bro. I can't lie. Mr. Kipling angel cakes are very nice. They used to like sell the was it the 5-pack for like £1, right? Or it might have been cheaper than that. They used to sell the 10-pack for like £1.50 a few years ago. Now it's all the way up to £3, £4, £5 sometimes. In fact, it's higher than £3.45 now because this video is a few years old. So I know when I go to the supermarket now, they're £4 or £5 for that 10-pack. Sometimes they put it on sale to £3. Like £3 is the Nectar price. You know how annoying that is, right? It's just absolute joke.
5.30 would be cheaper to go to India and pick your own.
Yeah, probably. Cheerios were $4.40 in 2023. That is crazy. I don't think they're this expensive now. I'm not gonna lie. Cereal is very expensive, especially when it's not on sale or Nectar price or anything. But $4.40, it might be cheaper now than it was a few years ago.
On Cheerios.
This is still like £7.50. I don't drink coffee, but I see it in the supermarket all the time, and I see the price is insane. I don't know why this specific Nescafe is £7.50, but you guys let me know in the comments. But yeah, still about this price.
Some instant coffee, $6.75.
Butter.
His favorite lower pack, but
I don't use lower pack. I just get the fucking own brand versions at this point.
oh look, this is an absolute steal. They're price matching Aldi at £4 for some beans.
$4.99. I mean, our beans. I think beans might be slightly cheaper than that now.
$4.30 on some granola that's going to go in.
Although you never know where this guy is looking. He could be looking in a petrol station for all you know, or one of the local supermarkets. Sainsbury's locals are more expensive than the other big ones. I don't know why, but yeah.
Oh, and a thimble of curry sauce.
This isn't Tesco.
£3.
Okay.
And look, you can chuck it all away in some overpriced bin bags.
Bin bags are very expensive. I don't know why. But yeah, as you can see, even 2 years ago in 2023, prices were incredibly high. While certain products may have come down now, while some supermarkets may run deals on some of these products, it is crazy to see that the base prices for a lot of these things still remain at, £5, £3, £4 for things that are definitely not worth that much money.
Fuck me, are we ever going to see the return of normal prices for anything?
Hula hoops, I love hula hoops, but the reality is, even when they're on Nectar price, they're £1.75. The cheapest you're going to get them is £1.75, mate, for the 6-pack, which I don't think is worth. Back in the day, you could get the big bag of crisps, like the bigger packs, for £1. Nowadays, the minimum you're going to get that is £1.50, £1.75, depending if it's branded. If you get like the own brand, maybe be £1.20, but still extremely expensive. And £2.25 is just, it's not worth it at the end of the day.
Hulu, £2.25. And look at the snide ones as well. They used to be £1 and they've never come down. Even though inflation's at 3%. So after you can get to fuck you robbing us. Fucking gummy bears, whatever they call them.
Gummy bears. The Pom Bears. I think the Pom Bears are £1.50 still, but I would have paid it.
The snide crisp are now £1.
It's crazy that they've even upped their own brand stuff to £1.25. Like if they sold it at £1, they'd probably be a lot more popular. But then again, we saw the hula hoops there, £2.25. £1 less for the Asda own brand. Do they taste as good? Maybe not. But at the end of the day, you'll want to save the £1.
For Chris, that are fucking hanging, that I wouldn't even want to serve me fucking worst enemy, or even my dog, or even my mum. Who the fuck buys a party pack of these for £3.50?
No one, I don't think.
They mean hanging. Fucking Uncle Ben's.
These are a rip-off. Do not get the Uncle Ben's. If you're gonna get the already, just make your own rice first and foremost. But secondly, if you're gonna get the microwave rice, just get the own brand ones. They are a lot cheaper. So in this video, we're going to see a US vs UK comparison in groceries. So there was an American who came to the UK and did a weekly shop, and he's comparing it to what he would get, or to what the prices would be in the US. £56. Let's see what he got though. Like some courgettes, raspberries, bread, some face cream. Okay, so we're looking at that. It looks like it's from Lidl. The packaging looks very much like Lidl or maybe Aldi. It's a decent shop. It's maybe, is it a week? Is that going to last one person a week? Sure. 2 people? I'm not 100. It doesn't look like all these courgettes is for just for one person though, but
including soda, soy milk, veggies, rice, potatoes, face cream, eye cream, veggies, chicken, potatoes, coffee, tea. We got all of this for only 56 British pounds, which is about 75 USD. This would have cost $150 to $200 in America.
So I'm not entirely sure if that's true, that it would cost that much more, like double the price. Would all of that actually cost double the price in America? I understand some things are more expensive, but when I went over there last year, I tried to compare some of the prices in Walmart to what I was seeing back at home, and it was very, very similar. The prices were pretty much equal. Like some things were a bit more expensive, some things were cheaper, just the way it's going to be, but I think on average they're about the same. So I'm not entirely sure if that is the case. Obviously this is a shop from Lidl or Aldi, so if he was buying this from Sainsbury's or Asda or Tesco, it'd probably be closer to £80. But we do have another one here comparing the US and the UK prices.
So we're in Target, and this is what we've got for shopping. Right, so
let's see. Definitely not the most healthy selection, but some peanut butter, some bread, some strawberries, some cereal, some Baby Bells, I mean some coffee creamer,
these little bits and pieces here. It's not really that much.
Ketchup, Dr. Pepper. I mean, it's not that much stuff, to be fair. Like, how much would that cost? £60? I mean, some of the stuff is branded, so it will probably be a bit more expensive, right? 60, 70.
Cost in just a second. Right, so we're in the car. We've got our groceries. So for those items, really wasn't that big of a selection, but it wasn't $100, wasn't $200, wasn't even $300. It was actually $337. Take a look.
$337. I mean, what was the big cost? I mean, he did get razors. Razors are very expensive. I mean, to be fair, the prices are a bit mad. I mean, Dr. Squatch. Is Dr. Squatch not like deodorant and soap? Why is he paying so much for soap, bro? that seems a bit excessive for soap. But yeah, a lot of these prices are insane. But for it to be $300 is crazy work. So now we're going to look at a few TikTok slideshows that just show how much prices have gone up in the UK and in general, especially when it comes to supermarkets. Here you can see chicken breast over the last 4 years from 2021 to 2025 has gone up 42%. It's crazy. It used to be $3.30, $4.69. We have a pint of beer. I don't really drink, so I don't know how much it costs, but $4.50 to $7.50. Crazy work. Olive oil, we know olive oil has gone up extremely, more than doubled. In fact, 2.5 times. It's gone up literally 155%. You can see here eggs, another thing that's gone up a lot, 206%. Although a dozen eggs are not £2.70, by the way. They are not. I know this for a fact that you could get them for £1.60 now. So here we have bangers and mash. I mean, I don't know who's just eating this in general and paying £16. I think you could get this cheaper. You could get like a lot of sausages for a lot cheaper than this. And then maybe for a restaurant, I'm not sure who's even eating this in England. Let's be honest. Hotels have gone up a decent bit as well, for sure. Not that I stay in hotels, but I have seen some of the prices very expensive. Gas bill has gone up a lot. Electricity has gone up a lot, right? It is crazy. 227%. I would believe that. Council tax going up 20%. Again, council tax has definitely increased this year. A cup of coffee from Starbucks. In fact, I was so shocked recently when I went to Costa. I had a little bit of time to kill before a train. I went and got a hot chocolate, a medium. It was like £4, mate. £4. I was like, didn't this used to be £2.50? How is it £4? And it's like this big. I was like, like absolute rip-off. Now we're going to look at some reasons why these prices may have been going up.
The grocery bill here in the UK skyrocketed just lately. Is it due to the grocery tax on some products, which are items? I'll give you an example here, right? Now this one, £1.75, and the date on here is the 25th of the 5th, 25. Right, so that is the 25th of May. Now then, this one, £1.99, and the date on this one is 22nd of the 6th, 25.
So literally, what was that? A 1 month difference. So from month to month, they've decided to put it up basically 25p.
Virtually between these two packets, there's a month, but the increase is over 13.5%. That's just on one item, an increase of 13.5% or over 13.5%. And the pensioners, they got 4.1%. So there's something not quite right, but
It's when you compound the prices of everything, it just goes up and up and up. If it's 13% on everything, even if it's not that high on every product, the absolute compound effect it has on your weekly bill is crazy work.
because of the packaging on this, it could be all to do with the grocery tax, which is a levy put on certain items to try and keep us get down to net zero. So, you know, on packaging.
I do think that that's a crazy thing. The UK loves the virtue signal on everything. The pollution and climate changes are definitely one of our big ones. We love to pretend like we're helping the environment and pretend like we're such a good country when it comes to that shit, when I bet the corporations do just as bad as anything from any other country. Getting down to net zero when we are not one of the biggest polluters in the world is crazy. Like, that 1% of, I think it's 1% of emissions that the UK does in total. Like, getting rid of that 1% compared to some countries that, like, probably US, China, India, that are doing way more. Wouldn't it be more fruitful investing your time and effort to stop them rather than just upping prices because of a carbon tax or, as they said, grocery tax because we want net zero? I think they even pushed back the net zero date as well. Wasn't it a goal like 2030 and now it's 2040 or something? It's just crazy, man.
Sorry, but what, 37 quid for this?
Well, let's see what that is. Some Haribo, some pasta, some sauce. It looks like a cheesecake. Is that the Sainsbury's New York cheesecake? I had that. That's nice as well, bruv. Some whipped cream. I can't tell what these cans of drink are, but loose cans of drink are just a bad sign because they're always expensive.
What is going on?
£37. At least scan your Nectar card. Hey, you can't just do that and not scan the Nectar card. Still, you got to show the prices, and even some of the comments are calling it out. Yeah, who knows? You never know who's grifting. Still, you never know who's grifting on TikTok. And finally, we're going to be looking at the cheapest supermarket right now, or last month in June 2025. What was the cheapest supermarket in the UK? But right now, this is what it says based on 79 items, includes discounts. You can see Aldi and Lidl here, as expected, competing for the cheapest spot, pretty much not much in it. Then you have a big jump up to Asda, Tesco, Morrison's and Sainsbury's kind of fighting out, Ocado and Waitrose. M&S probably down here, let's be real. But yeah, it is crazy to see that if you just change your supermarket, you could save a decent, almost £20. Although what I will say is the quality you get at Lidl is not the same you get at Sainsbury's. Fruit and veg does not last nearly as long, in my personal opinion, from when I've got it from Lidl compared to Sainsbury's. Although you might take that for the £22 saving you could get. Yeah, hopefully grocery prices start to come down and, you know, something happens, because they are just way too expensive in the UK, just way too expensive. And so I'm sure there's a lot of other places in the world where it is extremely as expensive to live and the prices are just as high. But you guys let me know, why do you think supermarket prices are going up so much? And what do you do to try and offset the costs rather than just eating oxygen for dinner? But yeah, that's all I got for you today. I'll see you all in the next one.